Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show tonight. Tonight, I'm going to talk about some things that's on my mind, and I think I like to share them with the viewers, and that is to have a program as this, one the Elamine James Show, and we have people coming in from a long time of being incarcerated, from incarceration, returned citizens, and they come home and we bring them on the show and we talk about the things that they did in prison while they were there, changed their life to who they are today. And I talked to a lot of people about their change, their metamorphosis from the life that they once lived into the life that they're living now after coming home from a long time in prison. We're talking about 10, 20, and 30, and 40 years being confined in the Department of Corrections. And coming home, they are different people who they were once upon a time going into the system. They're completely different people. Anytime you spend that amount of time in prison, you are definitely not the same person you were when you went to prison. You're a completely different person today coming home from incarceration. So I ask people a lot of questions about what do you do now, being home after a long time gone from your community. What do you do now? And people say, well, I want a job. I want to meet somebody and settle down, and perhaps get married, have a family, and be part of your community after being incarcerated for years. And that's good. That's a solid a solid thing that you want to do after being in the Department of Corrections. Your life has been dictated to you for a long period of time. You become institutionalized, so somebody does things for you, wash your clothes, fix your food, and amongst other things. So now you're home and you're back in society and you want to be part of this world again because you've been you've been wishing, you've been praying to become part of this world again. Making your own decisions, being a part of the rat race, making your own money, making your own bed, being able to go to the refrigerator, look in the refrigerator, and get food out of it if you wish to. So now you're here. You come out, you're looking for a job, and there's no jobs. Then you find a job, and you say, okay, well, it's not making a lot of money, but it's making more than I was making when I was in prison. So you stick with that until you can get better. But the money that you're making, that's to us, it's good money because it's something that we have never had, a real honest jobs making honest money. And we graduate from that job to another job, and we're going up the chain, until we make real good money. By that time, we have a bank account, we have California ID, driver's license, may have a vehicle, may have met a female and have a companion, and we're on the road now, Now we have to set another goal for themselves. You got to what do we do now? What do we do with our life now? Do we continue as we're doing, or do we what do we do? So now today is that we have to set a goal. Set a goal to get my own apartment. Get my own wheels. Get dug into the rat race of living. Once again, outside of the walls, outside of the fences of California Department of Corrections, and become part of this world again. So now we're back. Okay, we got a house, apartment, we got a job, we got a little car, we got a companion. Now we're moving forward. Now we want to make other goals. We want to do something else with life. Okay, maybe I want to start a business. Maybe I'll tell people about my adventure in prison. Hopefully I can tell something to somebody and they won't make the same mistake that I did, telling my story about incarceration. You go out and you find an outlet where you can talk to people about incarceration. You get that on the record. Show people that, being incarcerated, is not really a cool thing, taking something from somebody is not really a cool thing. Committing crimes is really not cool thing because sooner or later you're gonna get arrested and you're gonna go to prison, and then you'll be in another category as being a seventh-class citizen, fifth-class citizen, and so you get into that, and you're telling people how not to get crossed up and go in the system, and be in an environment where you're being for a long period of time. So that becomes a good thing. You're doing good work. You're putting work back into your community. You're telling some people something that they've never heard before, the truth. So we have work to do after come on incarceration. So the people that I bring on my show are people that want to tell their stories. I want to show people that not going into the system is not really a bad thing, because once you get in the system after committing the crime that you committed to go to the system, you realize that you need to do something with your life. Either you want to change for the better, or you want to stay on stupid, remain doing the same thing, fall into that cycle, a repeat offender, going back and forth, in and out of the system. Okay, but like I say, the majority of people that come home after a long period of time, they don't go back. They come home and they become part of the society, because this is where you're supposed to be. And coming home, seeing all the beautiful things that's outside of prison. You got all the trees, you got dogs, you got beautiful women in all shapes and sizes, and you got good people, you got good food that you can go buy and eat the food the way that you want to eat, and cook it the way you want to cook it in your own living room or own kitchen or own wherever you have a cookware. You can cook your food wherever you want to cook it, and cook it the way you want to cook it, and enjoy eating your food. So people want to be part of this, and they come home to take part in this type of living, taking care of self. It's real important that we have to come home. We come home and we take part of something that's meaningful. Help the one that we left behind. Help the one that we know that is deserving of another chance at coming home. We left people behind to have life without the possibility of parole. That's gone in prison 30 years ago. And that 30 years ago they're not the same person they are today. Just talking to some of the people, seeing the people's change after a period of years, they're not the same person no more. They deserve another opportunity at being part of this world. But you get stuck. You get stuck off in that madness, and sometimes you get to a point where you can't get out. I talk to people all the time, and I tell people repeatedly, if whatever wrong you're doing, try to find a right, and stop doing wrong, because the wrong is what it is, wrong. And pretty soon, in that wrong that you're doing, you're gonna get caught for it. You're gonna get caught up, and you're gonna have to pay the piper. And the piper is like this: when the piper come to get his, he want his now. You can't tell the piper, well, wait a minute, let me get. No, he want his now. You got to pay him now, because that's what the piper is. The piper is the person, whatever it is, that come and get his, and he want his now, and he don't want to wait, and he gets his in. So you have to pay the piper when the piper want to get paid. And we have to learn that doing right is so easy to do right. Doing right is the most easiest thing that I've found doing my living over the years that I've been here. I used to do a lot of wrong, thinking that I was nickel slick. I was the one that was getting away, but sooner or later, it took years, but it caught up. Years later, it caught up. It cost me 27 years of my life in the system. I went in the system. I became educated in the things that I would have never learned on the street. And I've got that knowledge in the prison system. I learned that right supersedes wrong every day of the week. So we have to start doing right. I don't do wrong today, because wrong is not part of my makeup any longer. I want to do right and help myself along with helping other people. And that's what I'm here for, to be of service to people. So, that's why we had this show, to be of service to the formerly incarcerated, returned citizens coming home from incarceration, so they can do something that's constructive once they get back on this side of the wall, this side of the fence. They can do something to help somebody that's less fortunate than them. I was talking to a gentleman this morning. I was telling him that incarceration sometimes is a good thing for people. Going into the system after doing the wrong that we do, we find that the system is sometimes the best thing that could have ever happened to people. It's a lifesaver for some. You go into the system and you see all the wrong that goes on. You take a good reality check of all the things that goes on wrong in the world, and you throw yourself into that, and you see that you're part of that wrong, and you clarify that. You clarify that by clearing yourself from the wrong and start doing something that's right. Start doing something that's constructive, and that's what we do. We pass it on to those less fortunate and help those that want to be helped. A lot of people don't want to be helped. A lot of people want to continue doing wrong because that's what they do. They're wrong. So we have to, find our place in life. And once we find our place in life, let's make this work for the last years of our life. We don't have a lot of time left. Today we have less time than we have more time left. And the less time we have left, we have to make it meaningful. We got to get something out of this. We got to make a difference in somebody's life. Because if we don't, we're going to die in vain. We're going to die without nothing, without making any progress, without making any change. We're going to die without nothing. So we have to make a difference in people's life, in our lives. We have to change things. It's a reason for everything in creation. I believe that, and I believe that the Creator does not make mistakes in anything that's done. I've been begging for a house to start a transition house for returned citizens. I got a few possibilities. Strong possibilities to put this dream that I've had in motion, and God willing, it's going to work. Because as I state, we got a lot of people coming home from incarceration in large numbers, and they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to live, other than on the streets or on one of those freeways in a sleeping bag or a tent. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want people to come home after long periods of time in prison and have to resort to a tent or a bed up under a freeway. We don't want that. We want people to come home and have a smooth transition back in their community and be part of their community. That's what we want. So we're working hard and diligently to make this happen. I am out in the community. Right now I'm working at Bayview Seniors Ex-Offenders Program on Armstrong and 3rd. I work with the seniors, senior ex-offenders, anybody that's ever been in the system at one time or another in their life, to try to help them, in their last years of their lives, to do something right, to get things right, and live as you should live in the last days here. Like I said, we don't have much time left. We got to enjoy the time that we have left. I'm working for Talif Collective in Fremont. I'm the reentry coordinator, for the formerly incarcerated coming home from incarceration. We try to bring them through Talif Collective. We try to give them the hand that we can give them. We have a support circle once a month at Oakstop on Broadway. Every second to the last Wednesday of the month, we have a support circle from 6:30 to 9 o'clock at night. And we come out and we talk to people, and we talk to people that have problems, We talk to people that need help, just to talk, just to listen, Being in the system for a long period of time, we have people that, that start doing time with us. Our girlfriends, our women, our wives, whatever you may want to call it. And they come in on a Saturday and Sunday and they sit with us for 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. And they sit there all day long. They come in the morning at 9, 8:30. And they stay until 4:30, 3:30 in the afternoon, and they leave. And they come back that Sunday, do the same thing. They got to go through whatever they have to go through to get in and visit you. We don't know what kind of treatment that they send them through coming in. But they go through whatever they have to go through to come in. And then they leave that evening, that Sunday evening, and they go on for 5 days until the following weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. And they come in and they take part of whatever they have to take part of to get in to see you. Our thing is that we know that officers are sometimes be at them, trying to take them off course, but the majority of them are adamant. They stay the course, But we do that for years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. We do that every weekend. The woman comes out and visit for every weekend for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Then you get to the point where you get found suitable to come home back into society, and you got a date to go home now. So she's excited that you're coming home. You excited that you're going home, but you have a son and a daughter that was made in a visiting room house, so to speak. You know, you got the weekend visit, the Saturday and Sunday visits, you know, the trailer visits. Or if you're married, you got a trailer visit. You go out and you stay in this trailer for 2 days. You make a baby, and you have those kids raised up in the Department of Correction and Rehabilitation, family visit room. You know, they grow up, they get a certain age, and they stop coming to prison because that's not part of what they do. You know, they stop coming to visit you. Then they continue to live on with the wife or the girlfriend, whatever it is. And, you know, you come home, and then now you want to take over the house. But you don't even know how to write a check. You don't know how to get on and get your driving license. You don't know how to do nothing. You know, so my advice to you is come home and get a job. Go to work, get 2 jobs. Come home and contribute that check to the house until it's time for you to take over the range. And when it's time for you to take over the range, she's going to pass it to you because she's had it for all these years. She's tired. She's going to give it to you, and you take off then. But we have groups like that. If we can come out, we can sit down and talk about relationships, talk about the anger that we have within us, you know, talk about us being selfish people because we're stuck in that environment where we had a room with stuff that's already blown us in a room with another man with a toilet, and we used to have our stuff. We come home now, we got a big old apartment, big old house where we can have stuff everywhere. But we're selfish people, and we got to work on that. We have the group every second to the last Wednesday of the month, you know, in Oakland at Oakstop. You know, we come out and we talk about those things because they need to be talked about. So we have that, a Talif Collective from Fremont. You know, we have, when you come home from incarceration, you go down to Talif Collective or either call. You know, call Talif Collective and ask for me. You know, they'll get the message to me and I'll call you. And we can have a phone conversation or we can sit down and have a conversation. And we'll help you with the stuff that you need coming home from incarceration. It's a support circle, support system that we help you in any way that we can help you have a smooth transition back in your community. Okay? Now Bayview Seniors Ex-Offenders Program on 3rd and Armstrong, we have where you can come in and, you know, we have applications for housing for seniors. We have money management where we help you save your money to where you get to a point in your life where you have a savings in the bank where you can take that money and perhaps get your apartment. You know, buy you some clothes, buy you something that you need. You know, we help you with saving your money. Okay, we help you with glasses. We help you with different places, things that you need. You know, as a senior, we make you available to go out to a health clinic and get health care. You know, we want to help you help yourself. That's what we do at Bayview Seniors Ex-Offenders Program on 3rd and Carroll. You know, we got one at 3rd and Carroll. We got one at 3rd and Armstrong. I work at the one on 3rd and Armstrong for seniors ex-offenders. You know, so come out and come by and see us, and perhaps we can help you along the way, getting yourself in order as you should be for your last days of your life. That's the work that we do. So I encourage you to, you know, if you're Alameda County, if you're anywhere in the Bay Area that you need help, come out either to Oakland, either you can come out to Bayview Sex Ex-Offenders Program here on 3rd and Armstrong, 3rd and Carroll. Come out and be part of this workshop, be part of this organization and get something for yourself that you need. You know, for once in your life, help yourself become better. Help yourself become well. You know, I tell people all the time, we are sick people. You know, anytime you've been into that system for a period of time and you've gone back and you've come home, you've gone back, and you come home and you've gone back, something mentally wrong with you. Something mentally wrong with you, something locked somewhere where we have to bleep, unlock it and make it possible for us to be part of this society. Yeah, so life today is good. You know, it's good. I have no qualms, you know. I have no qualms. I'm here to be of service. I'm here to help those that less fortunate than I. I'm here to be a ear to those that need to talk. You know, I'm here to help you in any kind of way that I can. If it's humanly possible, if it's legal, I'm going to help you. If it's not illegal, don't even call me because I'm not doing nothing that's illegal. I can't help you. So if you need any assistance, you can call the studio, ask for Wendell Elamine James, or you can go on the website and type in Mr. Wendell Elamine James at gmail.com, and I'll get back with you. Yes, I will. So I'm going to say that life is good today. Let's make it work for everybody that's in need of help. Let's give somebody that's less fortunate a hand to be able to get to the point in life where they can help somebody else in their community. Let's do that. Let's make that work, because it can't happen, but we just need the right bodies. We need the right bodies in order to put it in place for it to work properly. I don't know. I value what God has given me. I value what the Creator has given me, because at one time I didn't value none of this. This was a given. This supposed to came. That's what I thought. But no, it came because He wanted it to be, and that's how it is today. So like I said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I got the whole box. We're making it work every day. We're gonna make things work from now on, because we only have a period of time that's short. So let's make it work. Let's do the right thing, and hopefully, you guys can come out and take part of the programs here in San Francisco. At 6500 A 3rd Street, 3rd and Armstrong, right on the corner. Bayview Senior Services for ex-offenders that have been in the system at one time in their life. Either you need housing, or either you need some food and clothes. Come on, take part of this. Take part of this program, and let's make a difference in people's life. And let's show them that we can do this. We can make this happen in a better way. For a good cause. It does not take that much to make things work in our behalf. All we got to do is don't steal, do the right thing, and keep that smile on your face. A smile is a form of laughter. It makes you feel good when you get that smile. Come out and take part of this, because the life that you save should be your own first. It should be your own life first. And once you save yourself, start helping somebody else save themselves. It's real simple, elementary, I call it. To learn this process, it's really elementary. So we want to thank you for watching the show tonight. We want to thank you for taking your time and coming on the show to make a difference. We got, other people that's, that we can bring on and ask you to go and visit different organizations. We got all of us in Nunn, Dorsey Nunn. He's doing some wonderful things. He's got a lot of things that's in the pipeline that's going on. We're trying to get it to where coming on from incarceration, you'll be able to vote. He's working on that. He's got ban the box, got that done. He's doing some outstanding work. If you need to go out to talk to somebody concerning anything about child care or anything in that area, or go to All of Us or None. Look it up on Google, find out where it is. Go by and introduce yourself. We got some outstanding brothers there that's formerly incarcerated. Darius. Darius is doing some outstanding work. He was incarcerated for a long period of time, but he's on the street putting work in. So go over to All of Us or None. Come over to Bayview Seniors Ex-Offenders Program on 3rd and Armstrong, or either 3rd and Carroll. And 3rd and Carroll is the main office. You can go in there, and they got pool tables, they got televisions, they got money management. They have all kind of different things. They have hot meals, breakfast and lunch. You can go out there and you get a hot meal and eat and just relax with people that's your age. Just be a part of this society. So we have that. We had a Talif Collective down in Fremont, California. Call Talif Collective. Go on Google and get the phone number, Talif Collective. Call and ask for Elamine. Call and ask for me. And they'll get the message to me. I'll call you back, and we can see what we can do to help each other. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for listening to what I had to say today. I didn't know what I was going to say, but I knew I was going to say something. I'm glad I was able to give this time to talk. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you looking at our show. Call in if you can give me anything that can enhance our program or make it better in any kind of way. Call in and give me your advice on how to do this. I'm not subject to not taking advice. I'll take advice. The constructive criticism, I have no problem with it. So call and give me some information that I can do to enhance this program. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. You can watch the Wendell Elamine James Show every Saturday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 29. Or you can go on YouTube in the next 30 minutes and look up the Wendell Elamine James Show and look at all of my interviews that I've had over the years with Bayback. So I want to thank you for watching the show tonight. Tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell somebody to watch my show. And we thank you very kindly for your time, your patience. If I said anything to upset you in any kind of way, that was not my intentions. My intention was to give you some good advice that can help you better along the way. So we want to thank you very much for your time. Good night.